Pretty physical group for
just a very experienced team. And I think anytime you come into a season, you got 95% of your scoring back, 95% of your rebounding. You start way ahead of everybody, and they've just done a good job. They're talented, they're experienced. Tad does a great job. So they check all the boxes. We're going to have to play very well.
They're physical too, and Batty's kind of coming on a little bit more with the big body. And
he's big, and Bay is experienced and blocks shots and pretty athletic. So their front line very good. And then you got Walton sitting there, who's 7 foot and coming off an injury, but he's still capable. And so it's a good group.
You stress physicality all season long, especially all Pac-12 season long, going back to that opener in Boulder. With Francis back, do you think you get a little bit of a
We got to. We haven't done a good job inside defensively. Teams know that. Our numbers aren't good inside defensively. We just got to do a better job, and we're capable. Our freshmen haven't come along quite as quickly as I wanted. We can use all kinds of excuses. Shakur being out for 5 weeks, Francis, those are just excuses. We got to get better, and our guys got to play better.
Will said it's been pointed out that they haven't picked up any fouls boxing out. So fair to say you're challenging them in that regard.
We pick up all our fouls, reaching hands, and we're getting a lot of steals, but we're not getting any physicality fouls. We're not blocking out. That's disappointing, and you're going to foul, and we're going to foul, but I don't like the fouls we're getting.
So this would be a situation where if you saw an early foul of that nature tomorrow night, you'd actually be encouraged.
Well, don't tell the officials that. Not that they'll read the paper or listen to anything, but we just got to get more physical. It's February 12th, and heck, we got to get more physical. It's that time of year. You got a month left, and everybody's a little banged up at this time. Everybody's a little tired, and the teams that muster up enough energy and physicality are usually the teams that finish strong.
That kind of a lost art in the game now, Dana, that like the Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason type of player doesn't necessarily exist as much anymore.
That's probably pretty accurate. The game's changed a little bit with the up-tempo, and in the NBA they call so many more fouls, now, and you can't be quite as physical, and they've tried to take some of the physicality out of the game at our level, and our guys are just taking that to the extreme. We don't need to take all that out. So again, and I'm not, our guys, when we have practice, they're physical as with each other, but then we take it to a game, and I don't know if they're worried about fouling out. I don't know. We always talk about not putting other teams on the line, but again, the type of fouls we're getting, I'm just not very pleased with.
How's Chandler coming along?
So. He's a big part of what we want to do. His skill level's so good, but he's one of the guys that does have to get more physical.
But the right knee,
he's going to be okay. He's not going to play. I was hoping that we might get him back this weekend. He's practicing a little bit, but he just doesn't feel like he's ready, and so we'll see here. I was hoping, but it doesn't look like he will.
Offensively, for the Beaver game, you said too much dribbling and not enough ball movement. But can you help me understand when you're running a weave? And I know other teams running the weave too. That seems like that's built-in dribbling and not ball movement.
That's just part of what we're doing. That's probably 20% of our possessions are that series. The other transition, we're not pushing the ball down the floor. In our motion game, we're not moving it. When we run some of our sets, the ball movement, the rhythm, the timing isn't very good. So, there are parts of our offense where we really rely on a lot of dribbling, but I would say, 75-80%. We're hoping that the ball movement would be much better with the pass.
And Will said you had a couple more sets, so obviously you can't tell what they are, but you think that's going to help?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. Every coach would like to say, well, yeah, we've made these adjustments and they're all going to work. Sometimes they do and they look good, and sometimes they don't, and we continue to struggle a little bit. But we had 3 games on the road where I just offensively we didn't play well. We didn't shoot the ball well. You can't just hope that coming home rectifies that. There are a lot of teams that don't play very well on the road, but we should be a little bit better now. We got enough experience, and kind of expect that maybe from freshmen. But your older guys, the road should be no problem for them.
With the loss there early on, beginning of conference play, and they're 1 game up, the significance of getting a win here, and if you want to reach your goal of winning for the title.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if we were to not be successful, obviously that puts us at a big disadvantage. We still control our own destiny if we win, but if we don't, then we need a lot of help from a lot of people. So, no, it's a big game, and I know Colorado's looking at it as a big game. So we're going to have to play well. And with their experience, they feel very confident that they'll play well, and we've got to assume that they will. So it's going to take a great effort on our part.
You guys have a reputation for playing well late in the season, and last year is a great example of that. Is there a danger at all of kind of taking for granted that that's just going to happen? Do you feel the sense of urgency you want to feel from this?
Every
this
team's
group?
different. I tell our guys that there's no magic one. There's no, every team decides how they want to finish, how they want to do, and so. I hope they don't think it's just going to happen, because it's not. They got to make it happen. We've been fortunate. We've had some teams in the past that have done that, but there is no formula. There is no. We've got this figured out. It's whether they get it done. And like I said, we've just been very fortunate that we've had guys and teams that have decided that they wanted to finish it right. And we have had some strong finishes. We've had some finishes that haven't been so good, but to the players' credit, there's been a few years they've done a great job.
You get a sense that this team has those leaders to kind of get the group together.
I tell you what, we've got good guys. I mean, our 3 seniors, Peyton, Anthony, Shakur. I know they want it. I think sometimes they have a little trouble expressing that verbally, but their practice habits have shown that they want it. And the other guys haven't been through it nearly as much, but I get no doubts. Will and Francis, they know how much fun they had down the stretch last year. But getting connected on that defensive end is going to be important for us, and we just haven't shown that we're going to do that yet. So that'd be the big thing. That'd be the big thing.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right.